Now that you've finished reading Peter Pan, there are a couple of things that I think you need to think about so that this book really matters. One of those is the idea that will be presented to you in your discussion board on the idea of whether or not a Neverland is good for you. Is Neverland something that Wendy benefits from, or is it something that she doesn't benefit from? Especially considering that Neverland is the figment of somebody's imagination. When is Neverland good for you and when is it not so good for you? In my opinion, Neverland is very good for Wendy. It allows her to kind of embrace and indulge in her childhood a little bit, but she's also able to see, after she spends a lot of time there, that it really isn't where she wants to be forever, that there are things that she values more outside of Neverland than the things she values in Neverland. But I think we can also agree that there are some people who never really get out of that Neverland stage. In fact, they call it Peter Pan syndrome. There's actually a psychological term for it for people, usually boys is what they, or at least statistics say it's mostly boys, who never quite figure out how to balance the benefits and excitement of childhood with the responsibilities of growing up. So how much Neverland is good for a person? How much of it can they hold on to? When do they need to let it go? Just in general, what do you think of Neverland, and what did you think of the book? You'll have the opportunity to respond to these questions in your discussion board. I hope that you enjoyed reading this book and that you learned a little something about it that you hadn't learned before. It's definitely one of my favorite stories, and that you feel very prepared for your test. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to shoot me an email. I'll get back to you pretty shortly. I'm usually pretty good at that.